Hello guys, welcome here. Nice to have you. So let's do some live painting today. So I have here some Warmachine miniatures that we're gonna be painting on this live session. So I'm gonna walk you through some really nice steps. It's gonna be a lot of speed painting techniques. So it's gonna be really cool. So really glad to have you here. So let's get started. So let's go live here. So this is what we have over here. We have a couple miniatures here. These are called NIGHTWRENCH of Warmachine miniatures. Really nice, really cool to have these guys over here. So let's get it started. So what they are here, it's all in just black primer, and I'm gonna start doing some volume. So I got my airbrush set up over here. I'm gonna add just a couple drops paints. How you guys doing? Hey JB Who, welcome mate. So we're just getting started here. Okay. So this is what we have, a little airbrush, okay. So this is just some gray, that's our one. We're gonna be pretty much painting both at the same time. Hey there, how you doing mate? How you doing? Nice to have you around here, mate. Hey Vinny, how you doing, mate? So, you see, very light coat, just to add a little volume on this black template over here. That's what we're doing. And also on the middle here. And also on this guy. So this is just to give us some volume. It's pretty much just a glazing with the airbrush. So very thin layers, you know, a lot of air, very little painting. Oh, hi mate. Yeah, getting, I know, here in Brazil is also very tricky. You know, JB Hill, many great places all worldwide to get miniatures. I know, have you ever tried a miniature market? It's a very big store. I think they're based in US, but they pretty much ship worldwide. I don't know if you ever heard about them. Take a look on the internet. It's called miniaturemarket.com. Really big store. Are you looking for any specific miniatures? So see, this is pretty much it. Yeah. So really simple, really easy, really, you know, just getting some volumes over here. And okay, so this guy is done. Let me put it aside. Let's get the other one here. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah, check them out. Check them out. It's yeah, so you see, it's pretty much just adding a first volume on this guy. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. Yeah, Space Marines. Oh, okay, cool. I guess they'll have that. I know Warhammer. It's a little bit tricky to, you know, get shipped over worldwide. Okay, so let me just get a little paint out of my airbrush now. So I just do something really quickly, just... Okay, so now we're gonna be doing... Hey, Imperial Hobby Paints, welcome. Welcome, mate. So we're just getting started. Welcome, guys. So we are live here on Instagram, and also we're doing our multi-stream today. So we are live on Twitch channel on Metal Meraki. If you want to follow us over there, you have multi-screens over there. You can see me around. We're also doing live on Facebook, on Metal Meraki fan page on Facebook. So check us there. And also on YouTube. So, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to start painting some of the metallics around. And I'm going to start with this. This is a great color from Vallejo. It's actually made it for airbrushing, but I love using these paints on with the brush itself. So I'm just going to place, here on my wet palette. So I have my wet palette over here. So lots of paints. Let me just get a small brush somewhere here. Can you guys hear me well? Everything sounds good. All right, so now I'm just gonna start and put this aside so you guys can see the overall miniature. So this is how is it looking. So let me get started some of the metallic parts. Okay, so we're gonna get this guy over here, so this whole detail. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this metallic color. It's gonna be pretty much my base color for all the metallics, and then I'm gonna change the color of each part with some contrast shades. So let me show you how I do that. The easy thing about this is just because you end up just using one metallic color to do different types of metals. So this is, and so really makes the painting process easier, instead of having to use several colors for each part. So okay, so this guy is here, okay, and then yeah, so that's just good. So this is just a, just a trim around. Bam, bam. Oh, all right. So I'm just gonna paint around here. So now we're just gonna be doing, blocks. Okay. So which area is gonna be metallic colors? I'm just gonna flat this one. When I start doing details like this, there's a few things people need to keep in mind. First step I do, it's very hard to find an edge, so when you're painting details, make sure you have really sharp edges. This is where things start getting messy, start getting weird. It's when you don't have a nice block up. Hey Fabian, welcome, mate. How are you guys doing? Really nice to have you guys around. Okay, so yeah, this is it. And now we're gonna do all these portions here on the top as well. So yeah, this guy here, and to get the details sharp, one thing you have to keep in mind is to hold your hands really still. I know it's hard, but you can see here from the way I position my hands how I support one hand with another. So this really helps me getting tightness on really sharp corners when I'm doing all this. So like I told you, it's all the things that are gonna be metal. I'm just painting with this color. All the stages, all the parts. Hey, how you doing? Super Runner, welcome. Wanilson, welcome, mate. Really nice to have you guys around. Of course, I had to do a live painting session on Friday the 13th. Of course. Couldn't leave you guys out. Such special days. Alright, so, yeah. So this is... And once you have your hands really tight, you know, that's how I see. You see here how I just kind of support one hand to the other, and then I either place my hand on the base or one hand supporting the other, whatever works for you. It's just really important to have it really, really firm way of painting, you know. This is, so we start really getting some really sharp corners, all right? Yeah, so see how this, I mean, this metallic is just amazing, right? I love it. I love the color. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, press a little heart over there. Help us support. We're also doing live on 4 channels today. So we're live on Instagram on the small camera. We're also doing live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So make sure you check me out over there. Subscribe and follow. Really nice to have you guys around. If you have any questions, just drop me a message here. And yeah, see, so this is, so all metallics. I mean, this gray, it's already fantastic, fantastic, fantastic color. It has a little metallic, but it's also a little bit matte, so it's just a really nice color. So that's why I love and use it. I love and use it. And then just some parts, I'm gonna change the hue of the color with some contrast paints on top. So I'm going to be showing you that right away. Right, so I'm going to be doing one and then I'm going to be doing the other one. So we have a couple of these guys. They're really nice miniatures. Anybody in the live show here tonight? Doing some Warmachine miniatures. It's really nice to have a change. Most of the stuff they do for commissions are oops, it's taking off the base, our Warhammer stuff, so it's really nice to have something for a change here on the desk, and then also to show you guys how to do something different. So this is pretty much it. Yeah, so see how it's looking, really nice. Let me twist it around so you guys can see. Yeah, so, and then all this, his feet is flying a little bit over, but this is gonna solve this with the base complement they're gonna be doing. So it was intentionally left this way because I'm gonna be adding some stuff here on the base. So that's why I did this way. All right. So yeah. So then here I just threw up all the silver around, and then I just move. Hey Dylan, welcome mate. Nice to have you guys around. Okay, so this is just pretty much just blocking up all the metallics with basic silver. Yeah, so I mean, sometimes if you're having a larger miniature, also I do my multi-brush technique, which is I pretty much use 2 or 3 different sizes of brushes to paint the same miniature. This helps me a lot getting some more speed on the process. All right, so yeah, so this is it, and let's get some of this this element over here and the little tail. Yeah, so you see this guy over here, it has a little thing over here. Yeah, and then the little tail. So all the rest are just gonna leave it black over there for now. And then we're gonna be doing some textures over there with dry brushing. So that's pretty much how it's gonna happen tonight. Yeah, so just blocking up. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. Yeah, see? Look at the other guys, so you guys can, the ones that miss what we've done can follow us again now. So yeah, so look at the legs. Here you see many mechanical parts, many. So it's like a little feet, each toe is like a different mechanical part. Like a little machine bird. Really cool miniature. Really nice. It has, you know, Warmachine are great miniatures for painting because they have such a strong volume between each element. So this is makes very easy for you to paint miniatures like this. So then here, yeah, so see, just pretty much just blocking up all the metallics. Yeah. So let's get over there, here, and there. Yeah, so the legs are done. Okay, so let's go up. And then, okay, so this leg here as well. Here, here, here. So let me know where you guys talking from. Where you're located at. Really nice to have you guys here, and I'm really happy to know where each one of you is based now. So we're doing streaming such different locations now. So it's really nice to have people from all over the world following us on our stream painting live session. So yeah, just drop it there on the comments. City, country, planet you guys are watching from. Alright, so yeah, so I mean, because I'm using this paint is actually maintained for airbrushing. I mean, pretty much don't need to thin it down, so it's already on a perfect texture for painting. So that's why I really like it to use it. Alright, so okay, so now let's get this. Just this trim around here, here, and over here. Yeah, so see, these are the hard parts, you know, getting this really sharp edge over here is the tricky portion. Alright, so this, especially this one, I mean, this is so visible. It's gonna be a, yeah, so you can see over here. Yeah. Alright, so yeah. I mean, when you're just using pretty much same color around, it just gets easier for you to just paint all the metallics. Alright, so now let's just get this over element. So now we start having different elements around. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. And here on this recesses here on this back, it's gonna be some light green here. It's gonna be really cool effect. So yeah, pretty much just following the you know, the box art color scheme for these miniatures. So yeah, and this is the step that will take the longest. This one that we are just finishing here. This is actually the one that will take a longer time. So after this, stay tuned because it's gonna be really fast. Okay, it's gonna be really fast. So yeah, what's important here for you to see, it's pretty much my hands position. Just, you know, just see the way I move the miniature, the way I position my brush. It just helps, you know, when you supporting one hand with the other, it's just really nice. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is it. Just now the little face over here. It has its peak, you know, the peak. And this is gonna be a little bit different. I'm not sure yet how I'm gonna paint this. It's something that on the box art is something like a metallic bone, something like this. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna paint that yet. I'm thinking of doing something different, which is gonna be, oh, thank you guys, thank you. Nice to have you guys around. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Nice, nice. Thank you for being around. Yeah, check us out there. Very nice. Hey, Sal. Como está, meu amigo? Como está indo o curso? How you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing safe at home. Doing nice, safe with the family. And enjoying your time. Getting your miniatures painting. And here, tonight we're gonna... Yeah, so see, this is the longest stage. This one. And we're just done. Right? Okay. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, it's some overall metallic on everything. Right? So let's get this couple guys over here. And I'm gonna take a metallic silver. Right? So... and then I'm gonna paste a little bit here on my palette. And I'm gonna take my... dry brushing brush. Alright, so I have a small one here, and of course a paper towel. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach you a little bit of dry brushing. And a lot of people struggle with dry brushing, so let me get the palette over here. Right, so this is pretty much how I do. Okay, so just pretty much just dip your brush. And here's the tricky part, where people don't know how much paint they should actually leave on the brush. So one thing is it's rubbing over your paint and where the paint is already is. You know, so it's kind of, you get all the bristles pretty much dirty with that. And when it's too much, we just move to another corner of the paper. And one thing that I do, it's, you know, many of these paper towel things and napkins or whatever, they usually have a texture on the paper itself, right? So by the time you get the paint and it actually starts seeing the texture on that paper, it's pretty much the level, you know, you have control to see how much paint you actually have, right? So that's pretty much it. Right, so now what I'm gonna do is pretty much start rubbing the brush. I'm gonna be very gentle. See how I hold my brush very gentle, and then I start, you know, I just want to get the paints on the main corners, right? So the first strokes are the ones that carry the most amount of paint. So with that, you can do two things. You can either hit on the places that you want to really bright, like these top corners here will get really strong lights. So you see here also, you know, pretty much flipping my brush over here. So you can also do that, so the most amount of paint will stay on that area, or you can use on places that are not so much visible for you to kind of, you know, just leave there for. Still have a lot of paint here, there on my brush, so yeah, now it's better, right? So now it's pretty much, I just start, you know, going around, and then very gentle moves, and then as you start lacking paint on your brush, you can harden up the pressure. You know, as the harder you hit with the brush, the more paint will come in your model. So this is where, you know, I wanna be very precise to where I hit, and then control the pressure to see how much paint I'm actually hitting the model, right? And also change directions, so it's kind of in the way that it's kind of scratching the metal on the direction that probably that part will get some scratch off, right? So see, it's kind of I painted with a dark metallic color, and now I'm pretty much just doing the highlights. Oh, thank you for pressing. Yeah, press a little hard over there. Send, you know, send this live session here to one colleague of yours. Just one. Just one. Just share. They said, have you seen this? Mitomeraki is doing live show tonight. So let's celebrate Friday the 13th. Do some live shows. Painting. Alright, so yeah, see, you see here? This is, it's already really nice. And then I start going. So now my brush has very little paint. And now I go to the more visible area, just like this panel here. So this panel, you see we did the volume over there. And then, yeah, so see how it looks. So but the bottom and the side portion here, so it's pretty much no paint, it's just a black primer. So when I do the dry brush over there, I just kind of painting a very black metal. Oi, Sal, pode falar, fazemos em português também, meu amigo. Fazemos em português também. I mainly do, eu faço a maioria em inglês, por causa da galera, mas fazemos em português também. Se tem alguma dúvida, a gente fala em português, falamos aqui todo. Isso aqui, ó. Yeah? Yeah, so this is pretty much done. So let's get the other one done as well. Yeah, so. Alright, so this is one, and then, so see here when we first start, it has too much paint. And then I just go down and down. So it's really important for you to kind of see the direction you're actually hitting. So see this panel here on the side. So pretty much gonna hit, you know, on horizontal line. So it's kind of so you know, it's this leg and the walk. So very common for elements to hit this way. So that's why I'm pretty much doing this on this direction. And I also like to go a little bit, you know, 90 degrees from wherever I started. So, yeah. So this is it. This is this guy. Almost done. So see here. Yeah, so here, a little bit horizontal. And then I also do a little bit, you know, just change the pressure a little bit from one to the other. So I get, you know, different things here and there. E Aquino, seja bem-vindo, brother. Então, aqui a gente vai. So you see here, we're just gonna be doing a little bit, just some highlights, just to get some volume there. Seja bem-vindo aqui no. Legal ter você aqui, amigão. Então estamos fazendo os personagens aqui. Warmachine. Bem diferente da parada maravilhosa que você tem aí. Mas técnicas em comum. Dry brushing, você também manja pra caramba. Então, isso aqui, ó. Right? So this is pretty much what we have. And now, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna start having some different. Oh, let me get another paint over here. All right, so we're gonna be doing some color changing with these metals, right? So I'm gonna get here a little contrast paint. So this is Argados Dunes. So this is pretty much just ink. And if you ever use GW paints, you know these pots need some design improvement. Okay, so now I'm gonna just paint this top element here. And I mean, because this paint has some transparency on it, it's still gonna show a little bit of metallics underneath, and that's just gonna change the hue of that color. So I mean, of course I could paint a bronze, I could paint different colors, but I mean this just gives me speed, and also it's pretty much the same metallic on the bottom, so all the colors are gonna match somehow. Yeah, so see? Let me get it closer here for you guys to take a look at. Yeah, so let me get the spot outside. This guy outside. So now just see what's going on. Now that you understand, so just, you know, a lot of paints over here. And then I just go really sharp on those edges, right? So, but don't worry, if you make any mistakes, you can also do a little cleanup. Right, so here, here, and here. Right, so these are the guys. So this color here, I'm also gonna use on this element over here. Same color. Now I'm just gonna use, so this is a different metallic here for the food over here. So this is like a metal plate that's protecting the little claw over there. So this is here. All right, all right. Okay, yeah. And now it's yeah, a little more elements here. It's like it has this little pipe here coming out from. It's like a exhaust pipe. It's pretty much what this is. This element looks like. So at this stage, in order to have matching miniatures, I like to paint same details, go from one to the other, so don't start, you know. So you don't have to think so much. So when you say, oh yeah, let's get that element, this color, so you already know what to do. Sometimes it's really easy to forget. So painting a few miniatures that are alike, I suggest you just get, you know, the same element, paint it all across, and that's it. Right, so we got this one here. This one there. How you guys doing? Yeah. So this is it. Yeah, so here, here, and here. All right. And also let's get this. I mean, because of that, we're gonna just stick this guy here as well. So, yeah. Yeah, so you see? Yeah, this is it. I mean, I just like the gray over the black and some metallic finish. It just gives very elegant look, especially with this with this metallic color here that we paint. So you see, it's looking very, very elegant miniature. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now let's get some other paints here. Also have another contrast paint here over here, and this one is called Giliman Flash. Right. So this one I'm gonna use to paint some other elements here. It's like this. Oops, too much paint. Like this element here on this, like this turning wheel here. So this is actually like almost like a flash sepia tone that when you apply to a metal base, it's just gonna be like, looks like a brown thing. Hey Chase, how you doing, mate? Welcome. How you guys doing? Yeah, so tonight we're doing some live session. Celebrate Friday the 13th live session. So welcome you all. So, and we're also doing live on Metameraki Facebook fan page on Facebook. So check us there. Make sure you like the page. And also on Twitch channel. Full screen. And last but not least, also on our YouTube channel. So yeah, make sure to check it out. So live sessions we're gonna be painting around. All right, so this is pretty much it. Let me get some yeah, so that and let me get a little detail over here. Yeah, so just kind of a little bit metal over here. So just kind of a little bit detail around. So hey there, how you doing, mate? Nice to have you guys around. Yeah, so here is this and this one. Yeah, so this is pretty much it, right? So okay. So now I'm gonna be doing it. As this speak, I'm gonna do a couple steps. I'm just gonna take a little dry out. So I have a little. Oof, how's this paint dry it? So get some of this paint out of the pot. Yeah, this is a very strange paint. So now I'm gonna do, it's gonna be something really different that I never try. So I'm gonna, you know, just do that and see how it looks like. So I'm just getting a little bit bone color, and then I'm just gonna paint this peak. And because it's a light, very light color, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of laying up. But now I'm gonna pretty much just leave some textures with that as well. So this one I'm gonna paint on this stage, and then here on top. So I'm gonna see how that turns out. So every time you paint really light color on a very black base, I suggest you do by layers. Very thin layers and build up. If you do 2, you get a really nice shade, and then you go 3, it's pretty much full cover. And then if you want to go hard, you can just go more, just add more layers if you think you need it. I think here we go at least 2. Let's see. As this is something I never tried, never painted a metallic beak on a metallic bird yet. So it's gonna be first try out, see how that turns out. Right, so yeah, so this color I have to be very, very precise on the details, but you know, can also always do some battle damage here to correct. All right, so this is, you know, just define really well the corners here where you pretty much have one part starting and the other one ending. So this is what's important. So you see here on top, pretty much when you do really thin layers, you're gonna see that the paint dry just really fast. And also gonna take a little bit of advantage of the paint transparency. I'm gonna be doing some textures, so that's why I'm pretty much hitting the surface the way I'm doing with this brush. Right? So this is, yeah, so this is pretty much it. This. Yeah. Now I'm gonna leave it to dry. And we'll get the other guy. Right. Yeah, so very thin base color here. Yeah, very thin. And then hey Chase, no, never play Hollow, mate. Never. But I mean, I bet I have seen many launch trailers and many concept arts, which is amazing. It has some really cool stuff. But never play, mate. Any particular element on the game that looks like this miniature for a chance? That's why it's kind of ringing you a bell. So it's the very thin layer, bam, and then another thin layer. And pretty much after this, we're gonna be doing the green thing on the back, the element. So it's gonna be a little OSL effect over there. OSL stands for Object Source of Light, which is a way of simulating something glowing, something light up. I mean, it's just a way of saying, yeah, so that's it. So this, we have a base color here, and then let's get final layer here. Okay, so now we have a good cover up. So see, yeah, it requires 3 layers here to have a nice cover. If this was going to be a skin, I would probably do another one. But as I'm gonna add some stuff here on top, and also it's gonna be a little bit damaged, like structure. I'm not gonna do that on this case, so 3 is gonna be enough. Right, so yeah, just get a color over here. Hey Luis, bem-vindo. Yeah, over here, yeah. So this and this. Right, so base is there. And then, okay, so third layer here. This guy here. Here we go, here we go. Hey Chase, yeah, current paint, another scratch build thing. Yeah, you do a lot of scratch build stuff. It's really cool, really cool. This one's being flood infected. Okay, it's nice, nice. Yeah, I saw. Is that the one you posted? Looks like a flood thing. Yeah, mate, those are cool. I mean, sometimes building stuff is just really nice way to share your creativity and really go crazy on your own project. And yeah, I guess it's one thing people should be more encouraged about, you know, building their own things, especially now that we have so many cool tools around. Alright, so this is pretty much it. I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take a little bit of, because I have the pot here open. I'm gonna take a little bit of the contrast paint over there. And I'm gonna place a little bit here on the back. And this is gonna tint here a little bit, so let me try something different here. Do a little corner, and then I'm gonna take very tip of my brush. I'm gonna start doing some just spreading up this color here on top. Let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah, I guess it's a nice way to add a little bit of volume. Yeah, it looks interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Probably add another one to have a little more contrast. Yeah, so let's do this on the bottom here. And this, of course, in the end, I'm gonna dry brushing with the metallic silver. So it's a little bit metallic bone thing. A little bit strange, but I guess on this contest it makes sense. Sort of the way, right? And then yeah, so let's do how we did on the one. So I'm gonna add a little thin thing here on top. Just kind of floating a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of take my very sharp just add a little texture here. Now the Beaks usually have a very strong texture, you know, bone formation kind of thing. Texture, yeah, so this is yeah, so yeah, probably gonna be using a combination of Apple Barrel and Arteza Premium paints. Okay, I never use these Arteza paints. Are they any good? Yeah, so I see a little texture over there. So let's add another layer here also to have a little bit darker. So now I'm gonna paint on the other direction. See how it goes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's what I was hoping for. Yeah, interesting, yeah, yeah. It's getting there. Yeah. I guess the important here is to have some details, some textures, especially on elements that's gonna be a little standing out a little bit. It's gonna be a little more in evidence. One thing can help you make make you paint your miniatures really fast. It's choosing where you spend your time. Choosing where you add detail to. So for example here, spending a really lot of time on this peak. You know, I did 3 layers of base coat. I did 2 layers of glazing. I'm also going to do another dry brushing on top of it. But because it's such a strong element of the design of this miniature, it's worth it. And then the rest is just going to be simple, right? Okay, so as this dry, I'm gonna do another stage and then I'm gonna go back to this. So now I'm gonna just take a little white and I'm gonna add a little white to area when I'm gonna have it a glowing thing. Let me get another brush here. Okay, this one. So now I'm gonna be using. Okay, so this is just pure white, pretty much, right? And a very thin brush. So now, with this, I just want to paint, you know, all these elements here. So it's gonna be just throwing the white inside there. Yeah, so you see? So now it's right, so this is, yeah, so this is it. Alright, so one is done. And then let's get the other ones. Too much paint on my brush. Yeah. So when you do SOL effect, you can do two ways. You can do the with a dry brush, or really, I mean, dry brushing is really fast. But I usually do with the airbrush because it's even faster, right? So that's one side. Let's get the other side here as well. So, and by the time I have this finished, my peak colors is going to be very dry enough for me to do the dry brushing over there. Right, so yeah, it's getting a base color. Just as, you know, this is just going to be base for me to tint with the green color over there. So this will help me have the color really sharp, really glowing because of that. So I'm gonna be a little bit messy on the sides, but I want to make sure that the bottom surface is fully covered. On the sides here, I'm gonna be a little bit messy, right? So, but now here on top it's gonna be a little bit different. So this and this. Okay, now we paint. Okay. So here on top it's gonna be a little more precision here on the bottom and on top. Right, so let me get this guy out of the background. Alright, and here. So this is pretty much what's gonna have in place for us to do our SOL effect. Right, so it's pretty much a 3-step concept. So you do a white base where you want your glow to be the hardest. So this can be inside over there an element. It can be a full element and then you do a gradient. So pretty much you're doing the glow effect without color. And then you add the color on top of the white. And the white's going to be tinted. And then you add a little bit of the glowing around that element and that you're done. If you want some element or some point of that to have an even brighter glow, and then you can come back with the white again and hit some very specific points. But it's pretty much a 3-stage this guy over here as well. So you see here, as you're gonna be seeing later on when I'm not caring so much about the sides. But if you look weird, if your work looks weird, I can always correct that. So no worries. Okay, so this is pretty much that and this, right? Yeah, okay. So now let's get the elements here. This. And this. Yeah, that Beak came out really nice. I like it. Okay. So this is pretty much it. So let's do the dry brushing on this order. On this Beak, and then we go back there. So again, get a little bit of silver on the brush. See how much paint. This is okay. And now yeah. So see, now we're gonna be doing a little bit of that bronze element there and here. So you see, in the end, it's very nice detail that's pretty much calling your eyes to it. So you see, it's almost like. So let's get some of this on this other elements. So they also look a little tear down here and here. Right? Yeah. And then we do here again as well. So yeah, I want to catch up, you know, the main edges of this. And I'm also gonna, okay, also get this pipe here on the back. So this, and then the elements here around. Yeah, alright, so this is, yeah, so this is how it's looking. Okay, so now let's get some color over there, alright, on the glowing. So for this I'm going to be using this very bright green over here. So, yeah, oops. So now I'm going to add a little bit of that gray. So now it's just pretty much, let me get the other one because it might be a little bit drier. So now it's just gonna pretty much add the green on top. So I'm just gonna be tinting the green. Let's see. Yeah, see? It's already shining. It's already really shiny. Really shiny green. Yeah. So it's pretty much just base color to have that luminance having a color right now. So now I'm gonna make sure I cover all the corners. Now I want to start getting a little bit more precise. At least, I mean, when you're glowing, you cannot leave any hard missing edges, so you want to make sure you cover it all, like this. Really bottom here. And this, and this, and this guy. Right, so this is pretty much it. So let's get the other one. When you do this base, I mean, just make sure you have really dry paint as a base color. So here we're using white. If this white is not dry enough, it's gonna be a little bit messy. So I mean, don't need to wait completely dry, but just something that it won't mix so much with your color. Of your white, right? So this is it. Yeah. All right. So once you did the base white, and then you just add a little bit color, and then let it sit for a little seconds, and then we start doing the glow effect, right? So this is, you know, get a little sharp. If you want to add extra volume on those glow effects, you can just take, let me take here, I'm going to take my green and I'm going to add a little bit of the brown of Giliman Flash. So just having a little bit darker green. Let's see how that turns out. Yeah. So see here, this is the color. This is my green. It's just this little bit brownish green, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna heat the corners here and of this. I'm gonna take a lot of. I'm gonna start adding a little bit of. So I have the glow effect more concentrated on the center, and now I'm going to be just finding a little bit more around. Right, so this stage I'm going to be a little bit more precise, especially where it ends. Where it starts, I don't care, but where it ends, it's where it divides the glow from the armor, right? So then, once you do that, just hit the overall glow with a even lighter green then. So you see, it's just to give a lot of volume, you know, glow in the center, and then we'll kind of spread out the color around, right? So this is it. Here, if you have a small element, you can also just add on one of the sides, like this one on top. I can just add on the top. Doesn't have to be the top and bottom like I did, but see, it gives a little bit contrast, so it's not just flat. You see how it looks slightly better. So it's not too much work, but the improvement, it's amazing. I just like it. Yeah. So when you have also a OSL effect, you always want to build a nice base and then just add whatever top glowing thing on top. Okay. All right. So let's get this done and then we'll go for the glow. So, yeah. If you want to have a color that's a little bit darker, you know, just you can either mix it with black or brown. If you make watery, you know, very diluted, you just, you know, can apply on top like almost like a wash. And I could also do that here. It would look nice to have a little stripe of that on top and bottom. Yeah, so this, you see, this is pretty much it. Now let's take the brush. I get a more precise airbrush for this. Because we're almost done. Almost done. Then I'm just gonna do the base later on. Right, so now I'm gonna take a little bit brighter green. It's pretty much the same color of that, just a light version of that. So it's very much like a lemon green. Yeah. And this is, let's test it out to see. Okay. So let's see what the other one. Okay. So now I'm gonna do it. Gonna be very precise. Okay. I'm gonna build up my paint over here. So just go little by little, and then you just add, you know, very thin layers. Let me put this to dry, and then we got it this. So when you do very light colors, you're not gonna have a full brightness at first. So Okay? Yeah, so let's get it. So see, now it's glowing. So I also want to hit some, you know, some stuff around, like add a little bit here on the it's kind of the tide of this miniature. Now just something here. Yeah. Okay. And now this is pretty much done. And now I'm gonna do final step, which is adding a little bit of volume to the overall miniature. And that I'm gonna be doing. Let me. Here. And that's what I'm gonna be doing is something that what I call post shading. Fala, Chicão! Bem-vindo, brother! Grande mestre, seja muito bem-vindo. Bom ter você por aqui. Ótima sexta-feira 13 para você. Vamos fazer aqui o Chicão chegou na melhor parte. Tudo que eu fiz aqui, bem, sabe muito bem. Mas agora é a melhor parte, que é o post-shading. Então a galera normalmente conhece bem o pré-shading, zenital. Agora a gente vai fazer o post-shading. O que é o post-shading? Eu vou pintar a sombra. Então vou pegar aqui o meu aerógrafozinho. E vou pegar meu nanquim. So, this is gonna be... Chicão, vou fazer aqui em inglês e português a live de hoje. So this is gonna be pretty much me drawing shadows on a miniature, right? So, I'm gonna paint, it's gonna be pure black. And I'm gonna paint where the shadows are on the miniature. So you're gonna see here, it's gonna be very subtle. Então assim, eu vou pintando, o que eu vou pintando o quê? Eu tô pintando sombra. Então vou onde eu quero um contraste um pouco maior. Eu vou jogando esse cara aqui, ó, ele vai dar um bem sutil, bem sutil. Aqui. Ele é bom para você dividir as peças, assim, criar outros elementos e aumentar o contraste, assim. Isso aqui você muda um pouco a escala da miniatura. Então só alguns pontinhos. on some very subtle locations. Yeah. And then, of course, here. So this is pretty much it. Let's pegar. If you take a look at both together, you're gonna see it's very subtle, but you can see a little bit of the difference, right? So see how much volume is pretty much adding as you divide the panels, divide the parts. And that's pretty much it. Not much of a secret. Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty much it for these miniatures. Now we are done. And then what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna throw some mud on the bases and then it's done. Alright guys, so I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. It's really nice to have you guys around. Wish you a very nice weekend, and yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you to be around. Wish you the best. Bye bye. Cheers.